What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video. And Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that Liverpool are interested in signing Musiala, the 21-year-old hugely talented player, scored 16 goals and got 16 assists for Bayern Munich. Sorry, he's only 20, he turns 21 in February and he's an absolutely amazing player. We will take a look at what he could offer Liverpool going forward, and this comes after Liverpool have been lining up players to replace Mo Salah in case Saudi Arabia come in with a 150 or 200 million pound bid in the January transfer window, because that could potentially leave Liverpool with a very difficult decision to make. Would you sell Salah for like a crazy 200 or 150 million pounds in January? I wouldn't, because I think that offer will be there in the summer transfer window as well. So let Salah complete this season and then we will talk to him and see where his head is, whether he wants to stay at Liverpool and sign a new contract or move on, because I think it makes sense to sell Salah for a huge 150 or 200 million with 1 year left on his contract next summer. So then you can replace him with the next brilliant young attacking player, and Musiala would be absolutely fantastic. What a signing that would be for Liverpool. As I said, he's only 20 years old. He got 16 goals and 16 assists last season. His main position is attacking midfielder, but he can play left wing, left midfield, and potentially he could even play on the right side. He's right-footed, so he can go outside and cross in with his right foot, but he loves to play on the left wing where he can cut inside and shoot with his right, and that's how Bayern Munich have won the Bundesliga title last season after Dortmund choked on the last day of the season against Mainz, two of the Liverpool's former clubs. Bayern Munich won it right at the death with Musiala cutting in on his right foot and curling in an absolute beautiful shot into the bottom corner. His market value is 110 million pounds and his contract expires in 2026. So next summer he will have 2 years left on his contract, and if he doesn't sign a new contract, then Bayern might be tempted to listen to offers for Musiala. And Christian Falk said that Liverpool are interested in the Sportbild newspaper. He said that Musiala's agents are currently not talking to Bayern Munich about extending his contract, which expires at the end of the 25-26 season. But Fabrizio Romano said that there is also interest from Chelsea, Man City and clubs in Spain. Fabrizio Romano said some reports in Germany are making big claims about the future of Musiala at Bayern Munich. His contract expires in 2026 and at the moment it's true that there is no agreement with Bayern over a new deal. Why? Because at the moment the plans to discuss a new contract were with Bayern's old management, the likes of Oliver Kahn, who recently left the club. They were preparing a new contract proposal for Musiala, and then the management changed. Salihamidzic and Oliver Kahn was sacked. They were sacked by Bayern Munich despite them winning the title, and Bayern have a huge ambition as a football club. I admire them greatly because they are doing it properly with 50+1% fan ownership as well, which is a brilliant model in Germany, and I wish we had this model in the English Premier League, because then you wouldn't see state-owned clubs ruining the sport. By the way, if you enjoy these update videos and transfer news videos, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and you can support my work further by subscribing to my Patreon, where you get great benefits, especially if you are a fan of Career Mode. Or you can make a one-time donation by pressing the thanks button below the video, and that way you support my work. Thank you guys so much for your so awesome support. I need your help because these videos make around $5 per day, so that's not a lot to live on, so please help me out if you can. And Fabrizio Romano continued though, so there are new people in charge at Bayern, so the timing of the contract talks changed, and there are still no talks because of this change at the top of Bayern. For Bayern it is an absolute priority to keep Musiala because they know there will be interested clubs. Liverpool have been linked with Musiala, but it's not just Liverpool. Of course, there are many important clubs around Europe keeping an eye on Musiala. Jurgen Klopp knows the player's talent very well, but also people at Chelsea, Man City and clubs in Spain, because he's one of the best young talents in world football. So this is normal. It's not about negotiating, it's just about following a top young player. In my personal opinion, Fabrizio Romano concluded, he's worth more than 100 million euros. I would compare him to Jude Bellingham, a generational talent. So of course Bayern absolutely plan to extend Musiala's contract with an important proposal. They will try also with Leroy Sané and Alphonso Davies. It's complicated, but the talks will happen. The big question is, what does Musiala want to do? Does he want to stay at Bayern or does he want to leave? At the moment, I think he's happy at Bayern Munich, playing regularly. He started this season pretty slowly, and sometimes he finds himself on the bench because Bayern have such a competitive squad. This season he already has 1 goal and 2 assists in 8 games, which is still not a bad return, because that's like getting a goal or assist every 2 games, which is pretty decent. And checking out Jamal Musiala's Wikipedia page, I didn't know that he was nicknamed Bambi for his incredible dribbling ability, and he's considered to be one of the best young players in the world. And he was born in Stuttgart. He is the son of a British Nigerian Yoruba father and a German mother with Polish roots. She might be a model as well, I don't know. So that's a very interesting heritage that he has going on. And he actually was on the books of Chelsea until the age of 16. It's absolutely mind-blowing how many world-class players Chelsea have let go considerably, like Kevin De Bruyne, Mo Salah and Musiala. I mean, you could make probably a world-class team of starting 11 players just out of players who were at Chelsea's academy and they were let go. Absolutely amazing. He made his professional debut in 2020, so at the age of just 17 years old, which is absolutely amazing. And he broke through into the first team at the beginning of the 2021 season, where Musiala scored his first Bundesliga goal in an 8-0 demolition of Schalke to become Bayern's youngest goal scorer, aged 17 years old, breaking the previous record of Roque Santa Cruz, who was 18 years old when he scored his first goal for Bayern Munich. And it's interesting that Musiala has represented both England and Germany at youth level, youth international level, and he's even was eligible to play for Nigeria via his father, but he in the end chose the German national team. Musiala can play on both wings and in all positions of midfield except probably defensive midfield. And according to Hansi Flick, he has a great eye and feeling for choosing the right spaces. He's very confident on the ball and he can play well between lines. And I'm sure that you have watched Bayern Munich games in the Champions League or in the Bundesliga, and you have seen how much of an amazing talent Musiala is. And only 20 years old. I think if we use the majority of the Salah money to get Musiala, there are worse transfer trade-offs than that, to be honest. And also great news for Liverpool, Cody Gakpo is back in training, which is very, very good news, but Andy Robertson could be out for as much as 2.5 months. We still don't know the exact timeline yet, but the fact that Gakpo was in full team training on Thursday and Darwin Núñez was already in team training as well, which says to me that Liverpool really want to start Darwin Núñez in the Merseyside derby, and I really hope he starts because he's absolutely in blistering form. He scored and assisted against Brazil for the Uruguay national team, and he also is in great form for Liverpool. And also for Gakpo to return so quickly is a welcome boost. We need as many players as possible because we are fighting on 2 fronts. The Liverpool's biggest concern is the left back position, where Tsimikas is our only left back option. There is nobody to rotate Tsimikas with, so how will Liverpool rest Tsimikas? How will we line up in the Europa League? Tsimikas will be our starting left back in the Premier League. Who will play in the Europa League? We don't want to overexert Tsimikas, and him having to play 2 games per week for a month would be really, really detrimental, I think, and also it would risk serious injury. And all four South American players, McAllister, Nunez, Diaz and Alisson, returned to the AXA training center following their involvement. And BBC Sports Liverpool section reports that Liverpool have been boosted by Gakpo's return, and all the South American players, McAllister, Diaz, Nunez, Alisson, all trained as well, despite playing in World Cup qualifiers less than 36 hours earlier. So that means to me that now that we have Friday training as well and Saturday early kickoff, hopefully the South American players can be involved against Everton. I would start Darwin Nunez and maybe start Jota on the left wing, and I would also probably start Alexis McAllister or give him like one half of football depending on how tired he is. And also I saw a clip on Twitter where Dominic Szoboszlai is called over to the touchline by Jurgen Klopp, and he's giving him tactical instructions and instructions on how to manage the team in games, which absolutely blows my mind that a 22-year-old new signing is now the go-to man for Jurgen Klopp to effect changes in the team, which makes me so proud as a Hungarian. And Jurgen Klopp said this about Dominic Szoboszlai: since the first minute of training he was really impressive, pretty impressive. That's how it is. He's a top bloke, a top guy, and it's easy to step into the team and the dressing room and stuff like this. He's a very naturally confident boy, and that helps, but it's super hard work as well, and that's what you see today. I'm just doing my things, Szoboszlai said, working hard, always ready to fight for the team, for the fans and for myself, and as I get many chances I want to give back to the team and to the fans as well. So Dominic Szoboszlai has been one of the best signings in the whole of Premier League, not just for Liverpool. And also Szoboszlai has 7 very impressive stats behind his amazing start in the Premier League. He already scored 2 goals from outside of the box in his 8 matches for Liverpool. He has had an XG of 0.6 and giving him an XG overperformance of 1.4 goals. His latest wonder strike against Leicester was scored from an XG of 0.09. Szoboszlai has created 12 chances for his teammates in the Premier League so far. Only Salah and Andy Robertson have created more than this at Liverpool since his arrival. Also, Szoboszlai has created 12 chances for his teammates. Perhaps even more impressively is that the midfielder has produced more shot creating actions than any other Liverpool player. Only Saka, Rodri and Maddison rank above Szoboszlai in this statistic in the whole of the Premier League. Szoboszlai also completes an average of 5.17 successful passes into the final third per 90 minutes. Only Robertson averages more than that. Liverpool's new look midfield of Szoboszlai, McAllister, Gravenberch and Endo have 6 goal contributions between them in September. That's as many as Henderson, Milner, Ox and Naby Keita managed for the whole of last season. So these 4 new midfielders already surpassed that in 1.5 months of the season. Szoboszlai also provides value off the ball. He wins an average of 1.5 tackles per 90 minutes, which is hugely impressive, which is more than the likes of Henderson and Milner were averaging last season. And that's embarrassing for Henderson and Milner because they are mainly defensive-minded midfielders. Szoboszlai is a fully attacking-minded midfielder, and yet defensively he does so much work. He actually wins more tackles than Henderson and James Milner. I mean, that is embarrassing for Henderson and Milner, in my opinion. So what do you think about Liverpool putting Leroy Sané and Jamal Musiala on their transfer list of the potential targets that we could go for if Salah is sold in the January transfer window? But I think the most likely scenario is Salah could be sold in the summer transfer window if he doesn't sign a contract extension. We don't know where Salah's head will be at next summer, but I think if Liverpool have a successful season and with this new look Liverpool midfield, Liverpool have every chance of having a successful season. Hopefully we can have a really good chance of extending Mo Salah's contract, because I think that would be a terrific news for Liverpool. And thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a lovely day. See you later. Goodbye.